It's Friday, June 3rd, 2022. Lewis has asked me to join him on something, so I will be, in my own quiet reparation, in a symbolic gesture between here and there. He was not crazy about the ball cap and the sunglasses. I said I have no money, no options, and being a remote viewer doesn't, although I would imagine it would be a very highly lucrative field, it is not at the moment for my person, my situation. So, I mean, on a scale to get one's hair done, I mean, it is just so outrageous in the amount of money spent, or like amount of money required. I mean, like, whatever. So that took me to a conversation. I did not, again, I am by foot traffic, and in the foot traffic, if in English speaking there is an imperial order, and then in other languages there's an imperial order, and those other imperial children are in my very real English space with their symbols that I can't read. And there are people who know this. In the business section or business class that I'm not even in, I stay silent. I did not speak the entire time I was there. This is not like, I've gone to other salons where I've also, I mean, I'm there for a service for my hair. I'm not there for whatever. I see people go in, they talk about their entire lives. It's like a whole nother network, but of course I don't trust humans, so I don't really speak. But now this particular set of circumstances, they were less than happy to see me. So now I'm like, all right, so these kids are very well fed on their imperial diet. Because normally, like, if you're trying to earn someone's business in someone's favor, you're in this, like, cordial, like, courting kind of a thing. But that's not how it works here in Bayside. It's like they couldn't be bothered. They've already been fed. They don't really want to see you or do business with you, but they also don't want a problem with you. So I just went in and just asked for their gift of whatever their artistry that they've learned, just to show a working relationship as possible with someone like myself. So for that I am grateful. Anyhow, so my hair is now cut and colored, not to my liking, but not because of the service person, just because somebody mentioned to me on my way to the school, she said, it'll grow out gracefully. I'm like, right, yeah, that's how I feel about it, but it's not what I want, but it's just, it's like concessions everywhere I go. So then what I did discover, however, is I mentioned to one of the persons in the salon that speaks better than that speaks hair color and the process and the artistry and the talent and the gift of beauty products, which I don't. I was saying the color that I look best in, or the color that I feel I would like to be wearing, is more along the lines of Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones. They said that in this New York, like that here, the red doesn't take well. It doesn't take to the... Now, I mean, again, they didn't go into like the detail of it. They just said that it won't wear well. It washes out and it's hard to maintain, and it takes a lot of money to maintain it, because I had already said that I had had a problem. I appreciated their honesty. Now, I leave the salon, and I'm thinking on good grace, by the way. I mean, I try not to leave in a bad whatever, but in a bad energy. So I left in good spirits. So I went, now I'm home and I'm thinking of it. And of course, for me, I don't know the artistry of the stain of the cuticle and the follicle of the hair, and the chemistry, the biochemistry of it all, and context and specificity and so on and so forth. But what I do know is histology and pathology. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, let's just refresh real quick. So I looked on the MaxiPad internet, and I looked under some of my past studies, and then I had to refresh myself with the etymology. Because in a biochemist's way of, now why would red not take in like a positraction kind of a way on a hair follicle if the acclimate in this area, I mean, I know it's in a degradate state. I already understand, and I was speaking to that effect. I was speaking to Anthony the other day. I was like, or I was speaking to my father the other day. I was like, it's almost like New York's road system is designed for you never to get out alive. Like, if there weren't, if like, I didn't, even with Google, like even with MapQuest back in the day, my first road trip ever with the JPR 1996, JPR 1976, like, it took a while, and then we got lost, and we only had MapQuest printed directions turn by turn, and he missed the turns. So it's like, to get off of Long Island and to get out of the New York system with the other states, it's like, holy hell. I mean, what were they planning for? Like, I mean, was this to lock us in or lock other people out? So, so then I'm like, all right, well, that road system thing's really intricate and interesting in a, who the hell would I ever have this conversation with? But then I'm like, now why would the acclimate and biochemistry of the environment and ecosystem in this area, why would it be holding a chemical charge or a chemical deterrent that precludes the stain chemistry that they're using in a certain category for which the imperial something else in this English is using an alternate version of a word that makes no sense based on some food sourcing I've done amongst their people in just business as usual in my daily whatevers of enjoying. Again, Lewis uses this thing, but now it's like this word that they refer to as Hawaiian, and I'm like, if I was speaking to a respectful Korean or respectful Chinese or a respectful Japan person, or even just a respectful Hawaiian person, I would not put those two words together in English. Like, it sends the wrong message. So, for retail, just so we're clear. So anyway, so I will not be repeating the name of the establishment that Lewis brought me to the other day, only because the name doesn't really work in English if you want to stay a respectable woman. But the hair stain thing is really, really interesting for me, as to, I didn't get to read the bottles, I don't know the names, but if I go off of the histology of staining alone has so many names involved in it for which I don't have enough short-term memory in order to make long-term carry forward. I don't know why. It's part of the problem. It's not even a tertiary. It's like in the quadrant, quindici. It's even up to 5. It's quindici. It's quindici. It's just a quandary, a quirk, and I'm charming. Yeah, I get it. But it's this whole other layer of proteins in an electron microscope that make really weird shapes in spirilla and bacillic and all sorts of things. And again, like, how does one truncate what they've started and the courses that they've taken onto a resume? Because, I mean, like, is it just, I mean, it's, and then I was dissecting the word, extrapolating, like, there's Sue in it, and I was like, I already handed it to somebody at a basic level, like a watered down level, just on experiential. But I mean, I have laboratory time, but I didn't put that in there. In hindsight, I probably should have. So anyhow, so I had to alert the school system that there would be a change, which I did, for however long this is gonna whatever and whatever. And then I went through the whole kid sister thing, little sister thing, the one nobody talks about, some people know about, you know, whatever. Because, like, even Thomas Jefferson, an ancestral, needs help with the whatever in a alter ego kind of a way. I mean, like, super justice and superhero work. I mean, it is just hard to never explain in public, especially if, like, you need to, like, get on the horn with, like, I got some things going on in the field, and I don't know how to, like, codex this properly, and whatever. So that's where my head's at today. And that's what the last few days worth of trips out into the whatever were of public outings with Lewis. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. And it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. Only good thing is, I mean, good thing, bad thing, whatever. I mean, I just confirmed for myself, biochemistry in the local area doesn't take kindly to staining in its natural chemical mixture that the locals, not the English Imperial, but other Imperials, are currently using, which just adds, for me, the fact that the outer ecosystem, the biochemistry of the air, the breathable particulate part, or the breathable, what's supposed to be oxygenated in the public health sense, is at some weird chemical saturation that it is interfering. So again, on confirmations without empirical statistical data from some, like, highfalutin, like, whatever, I can confirm it for myself in, like, real world experience of the professionals are saying that red doesn't stay on the cuticle or follicle of the hair. It doesn't, like, grab. So there's some kind of other chemistry going on that's affecting, I mean, whether it affects biochemistry or not, I'm being affected. Not quite at what level, I'm not sure. For specificity of, like, positive stain, negative stain, that kind of thing. I mean, again, whatever. It's June 3rd. It's 2022. Also, last night, President Biden came on and he walked down the red carpet by himself to the podium, and he had the 2 rows of the vigil candles, which I noticed. So, significant. And I'm still wearing black for, I mean, those that have passed. And it's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.